And I guess we are live. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here today. Happy to have you. Happy to have you for our new members presentations. We are happy to welcome our new members. This is part 2, actually, of our new members presentation. We already got one last week, so feel free to check that video. It was really insightful to have the presentation of our new members. I'm happy today to have all of our speakers to be able to introduce what they do, what they are building. But just before that, just before letting the stage to our wonderful speakers, I just would like to take very few minutes to introduce to you the BGA. So the BGA is the Blockchain Game Alliance, and we are an organization committed to promoting blockchain within the game industry. Our goal is to spread awareness about blockchain technology, and we want to encourage adoption by highlighting their potential to foster new ways to create, to publish, to play, and to build strong communities around games. And we are also strong advocates for diversity and more inclusivity of women in the industry. So we have core activities, and one of the most important is obviously the networking. We want to make sure that everyone is involved in the BGA and make connection between them depending on the needs they have. We do research and reporting. We represent blockchain companies, and we advocate for blockchain in the game industry. I'm happy to introduce to you our sponsors, and we have some of them today doing the call, including Blockminds with Ray. So happy to have these sponsors and to make it possible for us to promote blockchain within the gaming industry. And actually, we have more than 400 members now in the BGA, and very happy to have everyone involved in this wonderful journey. So what we do like today is to be able to host events, digital events like new members presentations, demo day, where we are able to let our members do the demo just in live their games or their services. And actually we'll have one with Luis next week, so make sure to be on that one. But we also do other panels based on specific thematics, and we do physical events with dinner and obviously other opportunities for everyone to be able to meet. And today I am pleased to welcome our speakers to be able to join the stage. I will let Maciej, the first one, CEO of Hololoot, to take the stage. Maciej, if you are ready, that's your on.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. My name is Maciek. I'm actually the COO, but close enough. I'm actually, I would say the main role would be a co-founder of Hololoot. And I'm very happy to be a part of BGA, very, very proud and humble. So in an essence, I think Alina also joined us, so hi. In an essence, what we do, we are an augmented reality NFT generator marketplace and a metaverse, and I will expand on each of these elements later on. But firstly, I would like to say a few words about the context that we operate in. So we are at the intersection of blockchain and immersive technologies, namely the augmented reality. And we see that both of these fields are growing. And however, we feel like there's maybe not enough solutions that are bridging these two worlds. So our bet is to actually go in that direction. So we are a portal between different assets and characters and experiences that exist mostly in purely synthetical digital metaverse. And our goal is to bring these assets and characters and experiences into reality. So we feel like this could be a new frontier for NFTs, and the market is already out there. There's 1 billion devices that are augmented reality ready, with what I believe not enough kind of software applications to kind of implement it. So yeah, obviously, we're also here to generate profits, to be able to sustain the development of our ecosystem. And we want to do that through a couple of streams, kind of the first and major one being the marketplace, which will be commission-based. So this marketplace will be held, on the mobile device in AR. And except for these transactions, we also want to create AR NFT collections together with our partner projects. Each collection is having different utilities. And we also want to introduce to the market something that we have called Metaverse as a Service, which is basically extending the already existing NFTs into AR. So, a bunch of different ways to kind of grow this project forward. And, from a kind of infrastructural level, Hololoot is a cloud service dedicated for the kind of B2B part of the ecosystem. So for different brands and creators and game studios, where you can upload a 3D model and easily turn this 3D model into an AR NFT. And this cloud service is connected to the AR app. So basically, whatever you create on the cloud is being automatically sent into the AR app in a standardized way. And users can view those AR NFTs and buy and sell them on the marketplace. And later on, we also want to implement play-to-earn mechanisms and location-based AR NFTs, AR airdrops, and so on and so forth. So I would say that's the infrastructure in a nutshell. And we have two major values that guide us in regards to in what we do. So we want the experiences to be as simple as intuitive as possible, because in a way we are going through an uncharted territory. So there's a lot of things that people have to kind of discover and learn how to use. So we want to make sure it's easy, so it's kind of ready for mainstream adoption. But at the same time, we want those experiences to be as fun and immersive as possible. So it's actually not only a chore or something boring, but something that brings a lot of value, is simple and exciting to use. And yeah, we hope that by combining all of these, so an infrastructure, a vision, working together with partners, generating a sustainable revenue stream, we will be able to create a new sector of NFTs in AR. And together with our partners, we want to kind of populate it with different, mutual kind of solutions. We're working closely with Engine, which is also a part of the ecosystem of the BGA, to kind of make it happen. We're also considering going towards Affinity. So we're looking for different game studios, metaverse projects, classical retail brands, artists and makers who would like to join us and to create something together. And we're not only a vision, but we also were able to manifest and materialize the plan. So we were able to raise about 3.3 million during the fundraise, and at this point we are 20 people strong, working towards making sure the roadmap is delivered on time. And I would say the kind of main highlight of the plan is that we will be releasing the marketplace by the end of this month. I would say it's a pretty exciting field to be in. And thank you so much for having me. I didn't pitch for quite a long time. I'm a bit rusty, but I'm glad that it went through. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Otherwise, I'm going to mute myself and listen to the rest of the guys. And Elena.
Yeah, thank you very much, Maciej. And anyway, it's a pretty interesting topics. I'm really interested in the AR NFT space and how it will evolve in the NFT space. So we'll have for sure other opportunities to dedicate a specific content with you and with Hololoot. So thank you very much for your presentations. And if anyone in the audience has a question for you, please don't feel free to tell us. We will be able to address it to Maciej. Thanks again, Maciej. And if Elena from Quicksave, you are ready, it's your turn. Oh, you may want to turn on. Yeah, perfect.
Thank you. Yeah, great to be here. Yes, okay, and thank you. Somebody put my presentation up there. So yes, I'm the CEO and co-founder of Quicksave Interactive. We are now already 5 years old company. We have been developing games for the Web2 applications so far, and now kind of extending to Web3 currently. So what I mean by Web2 is obviously these social platforms like Facebook and Zoom, where we have been publishing games. And still, like all this, whether it's Web2 or Web3, it's for us that the instant nature of the gameplay is important. So all our games are built with HTML5 technology, so it's basically web games, and they can be instantly playable in any device. We've been mainly actually optimizing for mobile HTML5, but obviously any device can play the games instantly. And a little bit about the team and the background. So we have 3 founders, and the 3 of us actually, we already founded our first company together back in 2010. We were building social multiplayer games already, but on a PC platform, so technically quite different. That first company was acquired in 2015 by a messaging application. So that's when we kind of transitioned to these social applications and HTML5 technically. And then 2017, we founded Quicksave Interactive. And now the team has grown to 12 people. We have 5 nationalities. And yeah, it's been great to kind of welcome more game industry experts into our team. We are definitely foremost from the gaming industry, all of us. And we have some investors that have joined us. Convoy Ventures led our seed round last year, which was joined by Raptor Group, Lago Innovation, and Zoom Apps Fund. And then from the very beginning, we've had Sisu Game Ventures and Wave Ventures supporting us, and also Nordic Game Ventures came on early on. So we have some of the earlier games. I guess the most noteworthy ones are these 3. So Rambo Last Click, which is an idle clicker game. It's done in cooperation with Lionsgate Games and Part2 Interactive, and it's published on Facebook. It's actually on a few platforms, but most notably on Facebook. And then we have Werewolf Friends, which is a multiplayer game published in Zoom. And the latest game we published last year was Beatstar Music, which is cooperation with SpaceApe. SpaceApe has done the native mobile game for Android and iOS. And we did the HTML5 version for Facebook Instant Game. And there's more of these games and more partners as well. We've published overall over 10 games from the company. And what I want to kind of emphasize as well is that in addition to the games, we have been developing some of the tools and technology that we use to develop the games. And this is because on the HTML5 space, it's not as kind of ready, the infrastructure on how you build the games. And we wanted to emphasize the production pipeline so that it's easy to for the developers. Like we have an UI editor that our artists can use and put in like animations, transitions, all the layouts, all the graphics without the coder. So we can do a lot of the visual things. And now with the machine editor, we can also do the state machine changes quite easily. There's a multi-platform build pipeline. So basically we can target multiple platforms with the same game. And we have a multiplayer serverless backend so that we can do multiplayer games. Obviously that is a very core component nowadays and in many social games that you play together. It's actually social. And then there's some other game engine modules that kind of complete the set. We do use underlying technologies like Pixie, Spine, Amazon technologies as well. And then a few words on like why instant games, why are we so excited about this area? Well, one thing that I kind of mentioned in the beginning is already the easy to start playing part. So it's instant. You just click a link, you get it from a friend, you see it in an ad, no install required. If you are seeing the link within the same platform where the game is, it's most fluent, but then overall it's easy to access these games, and this also lowers the cost per install if you are advertising a game, because it's easy to get in. And then obviously players want to connect and be social, and we like this nature that the instant gaming is also like, it's good for this sharing of experiences, and you can kind of easily invite your friends to join you. Of course, it also adds to the virality from the developer's point of view. And then I want to emphasize the quality of the games. Sometimes I still hear people saying like, oh, you do HTML5, so it must be somehow, like a mini games you do or something. There's no really a limit of like how much content we can have on any of these platforms, or the complexity or like the production quality of the game. We can be on par with like native mobile games, for example. So we've been quite excited to be on this area, and we cover already 5 different platforms. And now we're coming to the beef of it. So now we are currently integrating to Tesotopia, which is a Web3 platform. So Tesotopia Battles is the game that we are doing, and it's all on top of the Tesotopia world that is actually created by GIF Games, which is also part of the BGA, and that's great. We are both here. So Tesotopia is originally a world that is produced by GIF Games, and it is an open world NFT game. It has a marketplace. There's virtual assets. It's based on the Tezos blockchain, and it also has the lands, that territories called Tesotops that people can buy, and you can build virtual assets using the in-game cryptocurrency, which is called Unobtainium. So this is actually like from our partner GIF Games that we are building the game together with. So we are focusing on the gameplay aspects, and if we look at, so what is the Tesotopia Battles? So you have your units, which are these self-aware robots or friendly kindred alien species, and you can mix and match them in any way you like. You can play currently with minimum 3 units. We are now looking to extend that amount as well in the future, so that you can have bigger crews fighting at the same time. So basically you select what is the squad you want to go into the game, and this is a screenshot. We are now currently in kind of closed beta, so we already getting feedback from the closest community on the game, which is great. And it's basically a hex-based strategy battle. You could compare it to chess, like you have different pieces that have different kind of moves and what you can do with them. So there's like it's turn-based. So both of the players that are competing make their move phase and they make their attack phase, and you decide your moves. And once you are ready, you do execute, and then it resolves like who is like attacking who and what ends up happening. And if you end up in the same hex with your opponent, there's an area conflict, and so here you can see the kind of area conflict that starts to happen, and then only one can survive that. Overall, the game is about the battle is approximately 5 minutes long battles. That's what we are aiming at. Obviously, we're now testing it with the community, how it feels and how everything functions. There's a lot of differences between the units, and also what is great, you can also level up your units in the sense that when you are playing, you gain experience points, and you can then use them to buy perks for your units. So this is something we're quite excited to be working on now, and we are excited to look forward to the launch of the game. Yes, I think if there was any questions, I'm happy to answer. Also later on, feel free to contact, and you can see the URL there, desktop.io, that where the game is found, and our address. Yeah, we're based in Finland, so.
Great. Thank you very much, Elina, for the presentation. Of course, if the audience has any question, I will make sure to address it to you. Welcome to the BGA. It's a pleasure to have you. And anytime you will be able to introduce to the audience Tesotopia through our demo days, for example, where we let you demo your games or your services, will be a pleasure to dedicate some time for you on that. So again, welcome to the BGA. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you. Thank you.
The next speaker will be Hugo from Dark Earth, CEO of Dark Earth. Hugo, if you're ready, it's up to you.
Hi everyone. Good afternoon. Thanks very much, Fabian, for hosting the event and very interesting projects. I'll just share my screen so you can all see the presentation. I'll actually start with a video.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoy it.
It was lagging a bit, but we will make sure to share it to Hugo with the audience through our different socials. Don't worry.
Okay, excellent. Thanks very much, Flavian. So hope now you can see the presentation well. Thanks very much, and welcome to a new IP of a futuristic and dystopian science fiction world. We're actually integrating mobile games with blockchain technology through a free-to-play model that is accessible to the mass market gamers, and also an immersive AAA animated arts design. We have a competitive game mode and play to earn to reward the best and most active players, NFT based and crypto players, and we make use of DAO so that the community can decide and have a say on the evolution of Dark Earth games and our storyline lore. We also integrate NFTs and DeFi services to support the use of decentralized elements. So we're getting together gaming industry, the blockchain industry, making an immersive merger of both worlds, and provide a completely new experience. Not only our intention is to launch our own games, but is also to serve as a platform for other developers to actually launch and scale also their own video games and make use of our growing and vibrant community of gamers. The basis of our storyline or lore, video game lore is a faraway planet is called Lyra. Is an inhospitable planet that does not rotate around itself, and the consequence of this is that it always has the same side illuminated by the sun, and on the other side there is darkness. Lyra has been devastated by a superior alien civilization called the Voltians, and as of today there are 5 factions that are immersed in an ongoing civil war for survival. There's a limited energy source called the Cosmium, which also gives name to our utility token within the Dark Earth ecosystem. These are the 5 factions that are currently fighting each other: the Terrans, the Biosaras, the Gladios, the Mustarks, and the Askaras. We'll be telling a lot more on these 5 different factions through our social media channels and on our Discord channel, and we will provide information to our growing community, and actually you can also participate in prizes, contests, etc. So it will be very dynamic and very interactive. We're geared towards mobile first gamers, really, and we target the mass market, both the traditional gamers and which can access freely our games through digital assets, but also crypto gamers that can make use of their own NFTs to play these games. We have a small studio within our company with a very talented team. Actually, we have an illustrator that has great experience on producing comics, Rodrigo, and we're actually launching a comic app to iOS and Android so that our community can read a digital version on the mobile of our lore, and it will be an interesting way of introducing the storyline of Dark Earth ecosystem. So we are starting with, and actually the first game that we are launching is a card battle game. So the goal of the game is to be the first player to gather the most available Cosmium. Each player has his or her own personalized deck that includes a settlement, which is the main card representing the player's faction, but also 2 additional 30-card decks that will have different utilities, and you'll be able to do different things. And you may ask yourself, what is the challenge here? And what we want to do is a really, a mobile first, so maximum 10-minute duration, very interactive, a lot of strategy in it, but also very engaging with 3D animations that can actually connect with the gaming community and make this game very exciting. This is we still do not have a proper demo, so we have done sort of a more basic demo, and we have a presentation that explains several mechanics within the game and how the moves are played, etc. It has been tested for many months, so we have quite a big community of testers that have been testing the mechanics and the rules to make it engaging and entertaining and also challenging. And one important thing, as we are actually bringing in DeFi elements into our project, so there is a CSU token called Cosmium, which is our native digital utility token that can be used within the Dark Earth ecosystem. So as players, you will have not only all these decentralized movements, so you can own the NFT, so the gamers may have ownership of their own cards, and by holding tokens what you can also do is to participate in the evolution of our ecosystem. So if you hold certain amounts of tokens for certain periods of time, you'll be able to get in-game discounts, special battle passes, get more NFTs, special access to tournaments, and also participate in our DAO. So we'll have our gaming community participate in the evolution of the lore, and also how the Dark Earth ecosystem expands. And just to present you very briefly the team, I'm the CEO and co-founder. I have a M&A tech advisory background and serial entrepreneur for the past years in technology, gaming, and blockchain. Juan, our CTO, and Javier, our lead game designer, they lead the development team. They are hardcore collectible card game players for many, many years, and they have gaming and technology expertise. Our blockchain guy, Javier Nieto, is been doing deployment of video games that are blockchain based. Rodrigo is our art director. He used to be art director for Netflix in Spain, and also working for Amazon and for HBO. And he has been working for Marvel for comics for a long time, and actually is directing the comic collection of Dark Earth. So Sergio is our CMO with a lot of experience in esports and gaming. And Carlos and Fernando, they are both experienced venture capitalists in the technology and gaming and blockchain sectors. Our NFTs actually will be soon undergoing a Card Genesis edition of our game, of an NFT pre-sale. We've actually opened a whitelist, so if you want to get on our whitelist, be more than welcome. There will be different types of card battle NFTs. So depending on the rarity level, there will be cosmetics NFTs, and there will be NFT collecting, which is something that we also want to focus. And depending on so we will sell these great safes with NFTs inside that will be minted on Polygon, and that will be selling through our website. And actually, if you get certain combinations of NFTs, you can access special comic collection editions, more powerful cards, prizes, etc. So we're fostering a secondary market of the NFTs. A very important thing is that part of the fee commission that there will be regarding the secondary market will apply to burn the token. So we have a token deflationary ecosystem, and thus creating value storage for the token holders. In terms of achievements, where are we at now? We're a team of over 30 people, multidisciplinary. We have lore storyline providing depth and richness to the Dark Earth IP. We have the collectible card game rules and mechanics defined and tested. Game cards and comic collection defined. Discord channel with a very fast growing community, which I encourage you to join, and initiating impactful marketing initiatives with influencers and also with communities from other partners, and doing an NFT pre-sale very shortly, and we have a whitelist opened. In terms of the roadmap, we are currently undertaking a token seed round, and during this quarter we also do our first NFT pre-sale and launch the comic app. In the third quarter, we'll do the token private round and the second NFT pre-sale. And towards the end of the year, we plan to do the token IDO, which will coincide with the MVP launch. And in 2023 onwards, our goal will be to expand the Dark Earth ecosystem with new games. This is our partners, and this is our website, and my email address and my TG that you can contact me and at any time, and I'll be more than glad to reply to any questions that you may have. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much, Hugo. Very exciting, and excited for the whitelist, obviously. And for me, I guess it will be a Gladius. I already know that. So
welcome to Duckworth.
Yeah, we'll be happy to have you as well on the demo day when we will be able to showcase the card game when it's gonna be possible. Thanks for the presentations. Thank you very much, and welcome to the BGA. Our next speaker will be Pedro. Pedro, if you are ready for introducing Vault Games, the stage is yours.
Awesome. Sounds good. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, now.
Okay, perfect. So thanks for the invite, Flavien. I think it's a great pleasure to be here alongside these other very interesting and promising projects. From our side, I have two things to touch on. One is Vault Games, the other one is Metastar. So starting with Vault Games is the company. We are a mobile gaming company founded in January 2020. 4 co-founders with a wide array of experience in the past. Beginning by focusing on hyper-casual titles, working with the world's top publishers like Voodoo, Supersonic, Homo Games, all the big ones. We've worked with them and had great relationships with, and that allowed us to really fuel our portfolio and gain a lot of experience in the industry. The team has over 25 plus years of experience in this industry, working at places like Miniclip previously, for example. We began, as mentioned before, in January 2020, just 4 people, and quickly, in the space of 4 or 5 months, quickly grew the team to 11 people, which are the 11 aces that you see here on the screen. And more recently, actually just today, we announced our seed funding led by Voodoo of 1.5 million USD that will allow us to really fuel our presence in the blockchain gaming space. Our games in the past, so these are just 2 of the games we've worked on in the past. We've worked in over 70 plus or 80 plus prototypes over the past 2 years. These are the 2 most notable ones. First one, Perfect Fighter, soft launched alongside Homo Games in 2020. It had great metrics. It was soft launched. It has a lot of users, and it was a very, very positive prototype. But our big baby, I would say, the one we're most proud of, is Football Clash. It was published independently by ourselves. It's a football game because we're big football fans here. An online PvP multiplayer with free kick shooting system, with a card collecting system as well, very complex card collecting system, and has leagues, tournaments, etc. So it's a very complex and robust experience. This shift was actually very notable because at the beginning we were working just on hyper casual games, and those are games that, if you don't know, those are games that are very simple to make but not very pretty, and not the development cycles are very short, and that's something that we quickly found out that we don't like. We want to work on games that are truly impactful, so that's why we shifted towards more casual games like Football Clash, for example. And with the learnings of Football Clash and our hyper casual iterative experience in the past, we managed to start building and thinking of an NFT sports game, which essentially is now Metastar Strikers. And I'm going to show now the website, just going really quickly over it. So the Metastar Strikers was thought out to be the world's first score and earn game. So we see a lot of times the naming play to earn associated with these sort of titles. And play to earn implies that players are there for just one purpose, which is to earn. Here we want players to first play and then earn as a bonus. So then we added the naming score and earn, because here you score goals and earn as a bonus. We will have soccer player NFTs. So each of the player cards will have 4 different stats: pace, shooting, passing, and stamina. They will have a tremendous impact in the gameplay. The better your stat is, the more impactful it will be in the gameplay. We'll also have different stadiums. So one is common type, the other is super type. These essentially act as the players land in the game in Metastar Strikers. And one notable thing here is a lot of play to earn or play and earn games. block players from entering the game, because you need to first pay in order to just play the game, right? So games like a lot of other games out there, they have that barrier. Here, we want to welcome every player to the game with a free-to-play loop where they can play the PvP mode and just enjoy the game themselves. And if they want to start earning more money, they can then purchase the stadium, and the stadium here essentially acts as the key to unlock the score and earn loop, and then they can host online matches in their stadium. The gameplay is relatively simple. It takes a lot of inspirations, for example, from popular football games like FIFA, Mario Strikers Charge. So it's a very active gameplay. It's mobile first. You control with a joystick, shooting button, passing button, 3v3, and the player that scores the most goals wins the match. We'll have leagues, tournaments, a very complex system of evolving your card, and it's overall a very, very interesting project and interesting experience. Our roadmap. So just recently, as I mentioned before, today we announced the investment round that will allow us to fuel the project and take it to the next level. We will now begin in the next quarter to open social media channels. So we have opened our Discord just recently. I've opened our Twitter and our Medium, which I invite you guys to take a look at and just join the community. We also aim to do the MStar token private sale. So MStar is our governance token. So we aim to close that in this quarter. And then over the following months, we in Q2/Q3 do a Soccer Player NFT Legends Edition sale. So it's the first sale of Soccer Player NFTs, and doing the public launch of the MStar token there for the public. In Q3, do the soft launch of the game, essentially do some Stadium NFTs Super Edition sale, and do the soft launch with the PvE gameplay, and then going global at the end of the year, hopefully with a PvP gameplay. So this is the project, but this is not where it ends. We have a big vision for this project, and it is that we want to essentially build the Metastar metaverse, essentially building the biggest sports metaverse out there with a fully interoperable ecosystem where all NFTs and all tokens, both the governance one and the in-game one, will be fully interoperable. So if I have a player NFT in Metastar Strikers, I can then use him in any other of our in-house built sports games. So I can use the player NFT from Metastar Strikers in the basketball game and just use him there with the stats adapted. Same goes for the tokens. And here we believe that this is truly valuable because the value associated with an NFT, the value associated with a token, comes from the utility that it has, and adding more utility to these assets by having more games that the players can use them on truly adds more value to the whole ecosystem. So we feel that's a very interesting and promising vision. We will start by building out Metastar Strikers, which we plan to launch before the end of this year, and then go out to other sports like Metastar Hoops for basketball, Metastar Aces for tennis, Metastar Hole-in-One for golf, and so on and so forth for other sports. That's pretty much it. It was a quick one, but I hope you guys enjoyed. I invite you again to follow us on social media, LinkedIn, TikTok, Discord, Twitter, etc. So we're pretty much in all the channels. So yeah, that's it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much, Pedro. Actually, just last week we got a new members introduced the game. It was EFA, which is a soccer or football, depending on where you are in the Earth game. So it's really exciting to see how you want to engage through gamification for the football and the soccer community. So it will be a pleasure to have a discussion around that and your visions around the football and the other sport that you mentioned within the blockchain gaming sphere. So thank you very much again, Pedro.
Thank you.
I would like to let the stage to Ray from Blockminds, if you're ready.
Hi, I'm on the laptop, so please bear with me. So hi, I'm Ray. I'm one of the 3 co-founders of Blockminds, or one of the 3 Blockminds. On the left, you see our co-founder, Jeroen, who's our design guru, and on the right, we have Rowan, an ex-economics teacher with a passion for education. Blockminds, in essence, is a publishing and consultancy company in Web3. We're a small team of passionate researchers and creatives. We're based in the Netherlands, and over the past few years, we've been involved in blockchain on an increasingly deeper level. And in that sense, we've worked with Hillrise Group, and we've had the pleasure to be able to back some great projects like a UNA network and work with some amazing people in the space. We got involved in blockchain gaming, I think, in 2020 with Bondly Finance and later with Alien Worlds. When we grew up, we loved games, right? And what we love the most is games with longevity. And we really recognize that in blockchain with the implementation of NFTs, right? Custom skins, you can build deep in-game economies, think Star Atlas. So that's why we decided to found Blockminds and actually fully focus on what we love doing most, and that is building sustainable products and narratives. One of our main strengths is that we are fully self-funded and independent. So in that sense, we work with a lot of service providers, be it market-making firms, auditing firms, and anything in between, really. We really try to level the playing ground and make meaningful connections rather than connections that fetch you commissions. And we really carry that forward in our work. So in that same sense, we do a lot of design and communication and help companies position themselves. And we write engaging and thoughtful content. So what you tend to see is that companies engage with a marketing firm, and you get content that doesn't really get to the core of what you want to build, right? Or what you're building. So we really try to dive in a bit deeper and back things. And in that same sense, we also do branding. So anything from logos to storytelling to social media campaigns. And we also help companies from inception, basically. So anything from incorporation to how do I structure my tokenomics? How do I make sure my token is more than a fundraising vehicle being pushed by influencers? And how do I really create longevity for my game? And that actually brings me to our vision of blockchain gaming. So in the past, we played games like that you might know, right? Garry's Mod, Arma 2, GTA 5. It's all very malleable. And the beating heart of those games with a lot of longevity doesn't tend to be what we see in play to earn, right? Where people replace artificial intelligence, but rather it's the creators, the modders, the developers who don't do it on the side. The content creators. So that's also what we try to focus on with the companies that we work with. How do you actually reward your community members that create the most value for you? And really take your game past just the speculative market dynamics that we usually see. And in that sense, we also we expect to see a switch from play to earn to create to earn, and that's also what we work towards. A world where players and communities will meaningfully reap the benefits created by their in-game contributions. And we'd love to chat with you. So if you're building a game or you're looking for advice on your fundraising, you're looking for fundraising partners, you're looking for partners in general, you don't know which chain to go to, we're happy to have a chat and connect you to the right people. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ray. It's pretty easy for us, the BGA, to know the level of opportunities we will be able to provide with you. We really thrive to edit content based on our members and what they are able to say, and we already did a BGA survey report based on our BGA members. That I invited everyone to go to the website, the BGA website, to download it. And based on that, we want to make sure to deliver some valuable content to the community, the BGA community, but as well to the masses around blockchain gaming. And I already know that you will play a big role on that for us. So thank you very much, Ray, for being here. And last but not least, I would like to welcome Daniel as the last speaker. Daniel, if you're ready.
Thank you, Fabian. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. And my deepest apologies. My connection might get lost sometimes. I'm in rural Cambodia at the moment and experiencing some power cuts, but I'm trying to do my best. I hope you can hear me and I'm not constantly breaking. So I'd like to introduce you to Mollia, which has the goal to make robots move like Jagger. But what really we are focusing on is trying to create an artificial intelligence that can learn from humans and make it in a form of a video game. What it really means is we do believe that in the near future, humanoid robots are going to be an essential part of our lives. That they are going to help us with our household jobs. They are going to work in dangerous environments, so we don't need to lose human life anymore. And they are going to build in new bases on the planets that we colonize. But the coolest part is that, unlike present day robots that are trained by scientists, future robots are going to be trained by you, me, or even children just by playing video games that even allows them to make a living of it. So the technology that we created really enables regular people to teach fundamental skills to humanoid robots, first in a virtual simulation-based environment, and then later on in real physical life as well. And as a result, it really comes down to a genuine cooperation between machine and humans. We would rather, instead of artificial intelligence, we would rather call it natural intelligence, because the machine would learn in such a natural way like humans do. And the core concept is there are close to 8 billion people on this planet who have excellent intuitive understanding of how humans move. And we want to tap into this massive knowledge and utilize it in robotic development. How? Well, in order to attract a large number of people in a project like that, we need to make it fun and entertaining for them. This is how the video game part comes in. And as a second step, while creating this video game and collecting all the data and learning what works and whatnot and fine-tuning the user interface, that's when you can take all this outsourced knowledge and apply it to real-life robots. So as the first game would be like the Olympics of the metaverse. So imagine that every virtual humanoid robot is an NFT that you can own and you can train. You can actually train them. So if Pedro teaches the robot how to walk and Hugo teaches the robot how to walk and I teach the robot how to walk, the robot is going to walk differently in each of our cases. It's going to be 3 different types of walking, or running, or jumping, or headstand, or you name it. And that means that we can basically create competitions of who is a better runner, who is a better jumper, where human owners like coaches and machine athletes, so these pairs can actually compare the skills in a virtual world of actual learned skills. And basically what this leads to really is redefining what esport really is. And so we envision this world where, just as today we are watching on the TV the Olympics, the Winter Olympics, the Summer Olympics, and all kinds of sport events, now even esports, right? This could be something in the future where we can see these robots perform different kind of tasks, challenges, and we can see them compete with each other. We can, pick a team. We can bet on them. We can have all these coaches that train them and buy them and sell them. So everything that happens in a real sport ecosystem, we can translate that into the virtual world with real learned skills. And as transitioning to the real life humanoid robot scene, every data that we manage to collect from this training, or more like every solution that a human came up with for specific tasks, can be used in real life circumstances. So in the future, when we'll have real humanoid robots around us, we can just take one of those models, put it in the video game, and train it, pre-train it, let it pre-train by thousands or millions of people. Or I can just pre-train my own robot, which is right next to me in the room, if that robot doesn't know some skills. And basically the same technology, to put one step further, can be used for other type of purposes as well, like in the healthcare or the space exploration industry. Just imagine that patients will be able to train their robotic prosthetic parts to function like their original body parts would, just because they're able to intuitively teach a machine. So really what this whole thing goes down to is creating a qualitative change in how humans and machine relates to each other, kind of creating like a partnership like relationship. And it's not just a crazy vision. We are actually already doing this. We have been developing the core AI technology of it for the last 5 years, and managed to get some significant steps where really complex tasks that is complex in traditional machine learning solutions is quite easy to solve when you can bring in the creative human nature. And basically the core team has a combined 110 plus years of experience. And András, the second guy that you see on the slides, if you see my slides, I hope you see my slides, András basically started to put down the mathematical foundations of this project basically before I was even born. So it really goes back to a long time. And then we started to develop 5 years ago, and now our team grew from 5 to 14. And as soon as the core technology really gets to that level, then we can start applying the blockchain element of the game and really selling the first NFTs and let people come into the beta. So it's going to be a very different game than traditional video games, because everything is running in a simulation. Nothing is an animation. What happens here, everything happens based on physical forces, which creates a really unique feel of the game, and it really creates an attachment between the player and the avatar, the virtual robot, because you really feel like this is your child, so to say, that you taught how to walk, how to jump, how to run. Yeah, that's about it in a nutshell. I am happy to talk more about it anytime. Just hit me up on any of these channels, write me an email, or I'm super happy to be in this group and listening to this amazing entrepreneurs presentation, and looking forward to build partnerships and create amazing things together. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Daniel. By the way, it was perfectly clear, no bad connection. So yes, we got
Super.
it. Thank you very much.
I'm so happy for that.
I know. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone, for being here, for presenting all the different activities you have. It was such a pleasure to have you today and to have you involved in the BGA. And yeah, wishing everyone a good day, wishing you a good day, and see you very soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Okay. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.